What up, family? CTR Media Network. Yeah. Best in the biz. Yeah. Join the team. CTR is who we are, the media network, that's the best by far. Whether you listen at your home, at your job, in your car, come get the information that's needed above par. Never lasting, motivational podcasting, giving you the answers to the questions that you're asking. Serious talks and topics, how to come up and profit, how to better yourself. Your health is here, we got it. Reaching 350 million, they tuning in. We in 50 different countries, we all can. And like-minded, find your purpose and your assignment. Come get your fix, your feel, your mental alignment. Get active and speak to the masses. Build your influence all levels and all classes. Now you know you can monetize and grow. CTR Media Network, start the show.
2024 Ignite Change Empowerment Virtual Conference. Join us for 3 days on February 23rd-25th, 2024 from 6 p.m. 9 p.m. EST by CTR Media Network. Are you ready to unlock your potential and make a meaningful impact? This is an opportunity to connect with a diverse audience and contribute to breaking down barriers that hinder progress. Support the cause, sponsorship and collaboration opportunities. While the speaker opportunity is free, we are offering limited opportunities for sponsorship, vendor slots, advertisement spots, and welcome donations to support the production of this transformative event. If you represent a media company, business, podcaster, or any organization interested in collaboration, please reach out to info@ctrmedianetwork.com or visit our website at www.ctrmedianetwork.com.
Hello, everybody. I am Dr. Chinday Ramsey, the host of the CTR Media Network live stream powered by CTR Media Network. And our network is all about sharing with you impactful content to help you grow. So we talk about a variety of different topics with our amazing podcasters that you can learn everything from things from your day-to-day life all the way down to entrepreneurship and also the importance of mental health and self-care. We have a little bit of everything at CTR Media Network in order to help you grow. So on today, this is the last day of 2023. So we're happy that you're spending some time with us on today. We have some amazing new shows coming our way. 2024. We have Kingdom Builders Business University podcast. We have the Dr. Shirley show, Professor Shirley show. We have Miss Rapid Release coming soon. And I just want you to meet our new podcasters. We also have the Driving Forward podcast that is streaming on our YouTube channel. And if you would like to be a part of our live stream and be a part of what we do here at CTR Media Network, then reach out so that you can get the membership that best suits you and meets your needs and your budget. We also have a new channel coming your way. Yes, the Event Network. This is a channel just for events. So if you are an event coordinator or you are an event planner, or you are a visionary of an event and you would like for your event to stream on our network, then come on over to ctrmedianetwork.com and find out how we can make that happen for you. Yes, we stream 24 hours, 7 days a week, and we provide so many different opportunities for you. We actually have co-hosting opportunities for you, as well as we have you can become a featured guest, and you can also advertise with us. So give us a try on today. We're currently accepting new podcasters or current podcasters and content creators to join our thriving CTR Media Network community. So right now we're going to have a commercial break and we are going to let you enjoy some of our podcasters. Make sure to like, follow, share, and subscribe, and make sure to go to ctrmedianetwork.com to learn more.
Listen, if anybody's interested in getting into podcasting, grab this book. Go on Amazon grab this book. It goes with me almost everywhere. This book has like a workbook. It has places you can fill it in. It tells you how to monetize your podcast. It tells you how to set it up. It tells you about sponsorships. It even, listen, go on Amazon and get this book. And this is the Bible for podcasters. Listen, it was ranked #1 in podcasting books. Look right here. Best new podcasting book by Book Authority. Right there. Boom. And a little secret. Y'all, when you grab this book, I think it's page 43. There is a code on there. Listen, you can get access to her class, her course. Get her course. It's worth hundreds of dollars. But this book it's less than $50. Grab this book on Amazon. I'm telling you, I carry it everywhere. She is the best. Grab this book on Amazon.
Ourself, work, and home. And as parents of teens, man, we've been teenagers, right? And now we have to parent them as we're still parenting ourselves. We're still learning how to be, again, the best versions of ourselves. So I really got into the space to continue, again, to help other people through goal setting, through understanding what self-care means and putting yourself first, but also learning how to set boundaries so that you can be make the decisions that are best for you, but also help lead people in your lives. So the leadership trifecta, that book is really about leading yourself, but leading others as well.
I love that, because how can you lead others if you don't know how to lead yourself?
Yes, that part.
It's almost like I remember like my dad, he would always say, when you point the finger, you have how many fingers pointing back at you?
Pointing back at you.
And you're like, oh, okay. I gotta look at myself so I can grow.
Yes.
So tell me, in your childhood, when you think about yourself and growing up, is this what you always inspired to do? Did you dream of becoming a speaker and an author, or did you dream of being something else?
Yeah. So I was always told as a child, you can be whatever you want to be. I was raised in a very healthy, strong family. And not everyone can say that, right? So I don't take that for granted at all. And some of the pitfalls I fell into is just the making of my own mind. So sometimes we have to point out that we put ourselves down to set ourselves up instead of and letting other people do that, right? But in my family, it was, hey, do and be whatever you want. So I remember being 13 or 14, I visualized myself as the first Black CFO, Chief Financial Officer of a major corporation. Y'all, I saw myself in the Black outfit, the power suit with the Black briefcase and a French roll. Girl, you know French rolls was hot. Listen, I could see myself running the world. But during that time, right, 15, turned 16 or so, though I had all the love of my family, my mom and dad told me how beautiful I was and lovely and all this, I started to want attention of others around me, right? I started liking boys and boys started liking me, and I started wanting to be validated by that attention. And unfortunately, I let pride and all these other things hold me back. And y'all listen, ended up pregnant at the age of 16, 10th grade in high school. And I was on a basketball team. Fortunately, between some decisions I made, I felt like all those dreams were dashed. Like there was no way that I could make it through high school and on to college and be what I really wanted to be. But because I had loving family and friends supporting, and the push of my mom, who reminded me that there's nothing that you can't do, right? So I like to tell this story because sometimes we just need to hear it from someone else. So as a teen, if you're going through something and you just can't see yourself on the other side, surround yourself with people who believe in you and borrow that belief. I remember I disappointed my mom so much. I said, Mom, I know I disappointed you. I know I've disappointed the church. I know that you can't even look at me straight in the eye because I'm just this terrible person. I mean, I went down this spiral. My mom, she looked at me and said, there's nothing that you can do that would stop me from loving you. Those words I remember to this day. I remember crying with tears at night and just not being able to sleep, being so depressed and just upset at myself. But knowing that my mom believed in me gave me the power and the strength to continue to move on. So I would definitely encourage people, when you set yourself up, or maybe you've been set up, that you can overcome that. Surround yourself with people who believe in you. become disappeared. But I worked hard. I followed the steps and the rules that were put in front of me, graduated high school with honors, went on to get my bachelor's in finance and a master's in business administration. And I am not a CFO yet, y'all. I'm a couple years away. You never know. I could make it there. But throughout my time, I realized that speaking was also something I could do at work, at home, as well as out in the marketplace, right? So I've gone ahead and stepped forth and said, hey, I can be more than just one thing, right? So even as you all who are listening, if there's something you want to do and know that it may change over time, that's okay too. Just keep pushing forward and know that all things are possible.
You said a couple of things, and I feel like even I know you were saying like from the team perspective, don't feel like, okay, if you made a mistake that this is it, you're a failure. But also from the parent perspective, there's so much now that parents can learn from that. Like, yes, even though we're having this hard time, or it just seems like we're going round and round with our children or doing this and doing that, and just the house is just not on level ground. But we have to remember, we have to pour positivity in, because that conversation could have gone so differently. And if we get these things in our head, we get these thoughts in our mind, but we have to push forward and know that, okay, God has created us for a purpose. We all have a purpose. And I just love how you said that, how you were just like, look, my mom poured into me, your family poured into you. And, we have to move past that. And I think that that's so good. And look at you, you've accomplished so much. And I feel like that's what people needed to hear, because a lot of times we're looking right now. We don't see outside of that box.
Right.
And it's like, okay, how can I move forward? Or what can I do next? Or now I can't accomplish my dreams and my goals. But it's like, hey, I accept the competition. I'm like, yes, this might have happened, but I'm going to push myself to be the best. And that's why you say you're not there yet, but you're getting there. But you've accomplished so much,
Right. And that's the thing too, is like, and maybe life changes, right? Maybe your plans do need to change based on something that's happened, but that's okay. And then maybe you don't have a mother or a father there. Find a counselor, a friend, someone that you can trust and lean on. Trust that you do not have to live life alone. And that's the one thing that always stuck to me, because life didn't stop there, y'all, right? I went through that scenario, but please believe I've had hardship, heartbreak, financial hardship. I've had to continue. This is a roller coaster ride. Life will continue lifing. And these skill sets you learn now, you'll have to learn or implement over time as well. And plans might change, but when you're resilient in the inside, it doesn't matter what comes at you. You're going to overcome that too, because you can look back and say, if I can do that, I can do this too. So continue looking forward, trusting that it's only going to get better from here. My best is yet to come.
Yes. And in the midst of that, like you said, pouring into yourself, surrounding yourself with positivity and just really pushing yourself, okay, to evaluate your goals. And that's what I tell people. I hate when people always say, hey, I have my New Year's resolution, but I'm not gonna look at it now. And I'm like, no, when we set goals, the ideal is for us to go back and look at them. And so really, ideally, every 3 months, we should be sitting down, looking at our goals and saying, okay, what needs to change, and make changes from there. And I think that that's so important, because you're right. The goals are going to change throughout life. Lifing is lifing. We're going through this, we're going through that. So different circumstances in life do change. So that brings me to our next question. What is it that keeps you going when you feel like, you know what, today is just not the best day, or I'm going through this season that's just full of so much coming from all directions? What do you do to help you stay, just have a solid, stable ground?
Yes, great question, because again, life will life. And I lean on the framework of the leadership trifecta a lot, because it is truly a triumph. Every area, right? So when for me,
well, you started bringing up a little bit. Can you tell us a little bit more about the triangle? Can you start back with the triangle?
Yeah, sure. So the leadership triangle. Yes. So when I look at the leadership trifecta, it's 3 sides. It's self, work, and home. Depending on the season in your life, you might be busier at work than you are at home, or you need to take more time for self because you've got to refill. So you're always managing what's right for you. What I've learned is you can't compare your triangle to anyone else's. There was a time when I was young in my career and I wanted to be at my son's football practice every day. Now, everyday practice for football, y'all. I had to leave work early because I couldn't make all of them if I kept my schedule. I spoke with my manager and said, listen, I need to get some flex time. Because I asked and I gave them a workaround, I was able to leave work early every day the time, and I made every day with my son, because that at that moment, that was what's most important for me. There are times now in my company where I might be super busy and I'm like, hey guys, I might miss a recital or two, but trust that mommy's coming back and around, is going to come back around to this. But we have to over communicate what our priorities are. And again, not compare that to what your mama say your priorities should be. Don't let your kids guilt trip you on what life should be like. So when you've made a decision, you can do that guilt free, knowing that I'm going to be able to lean back to the left or right, depending on where I need to be and what season I am in my life. So when I wake up and I just don't feel like this thing is hard, that might be a time for me to focus on self. When things need to happen at the household where I need to lean more on that, then I'll let my work know, hey, y'all, I'm leaning here. Here's my priorities. And I over communicate what needs to happen so that we all have that balanced life in there. But what you must do, not just over communicate, but ask for help. Again, we are not meant to live this life alone. So when I need a at work, I might need to pass on or delegate some tasks. So what is it you can do? Don't stop at, oh, this is hard, it'll never work. That doesn't work for me, Jakara. Okay, well, what can work? And start to brainstorm what you need at this time so that you balance the life that you decide and you prioritize it to be.
Yes, I love that. And you said some good nuggets here. You said one thing is don't compare yourself. And I feel like sometimes it gets hard, wherever that season of life that you're in, whether you're a mom, whether you're a teen, whether you're living this, dream of wanting to be here and reach these goals. It's like sometimes we will compare ourselves. Do you feel social media plays a big role in that?
Oh, I think anyone, I mean, yourself, we ourselves, we compare ourselves hard with someone else, and social media is right at our fingertips. It's a scroll away. So it's easy to compare your life to someone else's highlight reel and what you expect your life to be like based on what you're seeing on your scrolls, right? I would definitely say that's great to be able to see the end result of something when you're on social media. But if you're going through something, you need to talk to someone who's going through too, because you're seeing people's glory. You don't see their story when you're going through that social media. So when you want to, hey, how did you get through hell and high water to get on those stages and get on those platforms? Ask the right question, because if you only compare what you see, you've already lost the battle, because you're not even comparing apples to apples right now.
That's right. You're so right. So I want you to think about yourself when you were a teenager. What advice, based on everything that you have accomplished up to this point in your life, what advice would you give to your teenage self? Like, what is something you wish you knew, or, what are some things that you would say to yourself? Like, hey,
I don't know everything. I wish I knew, and then I could walk into it, that I don't know everything. I don't know why at the age of 15, 16, 17, our brains stop working and we just think our parents don't know anything. They can't relate to us. We're going through, you can never understand what I'm going through. There might be some things that your parent may not understand explicitly, but we've all know pain. We all know rejection. We all understand what happiness and joy is and passion. So don't assume you know everything. You don't. This 17 years of your life, you haven't hit it all, baby girl, baby boy. You need to find someone, a mentor, a coach, a parent, that you can lean in and say, tell me what I don't know, and listen. That's what I wish I would have done more so as a child, was listen and not assume that I had all the answers, because we don't. And then you don't know that until time comes. I promise you, even my teenagers now, I'm like, I know what y'all going through. I'm gonna wait till y'all get over it. But I'm telling you, what I would have done is listened more. But if you don't want to, I get it. You'll figure it out in 3-5 years.
We've been there, done that. So I'm gonna ask you about Michelle Obama's quote.
Are you that person who lacks confidence, always second guessing yourself? You say one thing, then you be like, wait a minute, let me change it up. Let me do something else. Are you that person? If so, you can always work with me, because what I do is I help you to be confident, be sure of yourself. When you walk through the room, don't dim your lights, honey. You better walk loud and proud, know your worth, because people are going to treat you the way that you treat yourself. You have to remember, little girls with dreams become women with vision. And so what that means is we have to apply action. We have to be confident in who we are and whose we are. Go to focusyoursuccess.com, download my 11 tips to overcome mental health challenges, and even just to work with me so we can start building that confidence, that self-esteem. And when you walk in the room, let your light shine. Don't let anyone tell you, girl, sit down. Boys, sit down. We ain't doing that over here. We elevate and we promote and we take people to the next level, honey. Focusyoursuccess.com and start working with me. Book your call today.
All right, so at this time, we are welcoming author, podcast, businesswoman, coach, podcast influencer, Coach Tina Ramsey.
When we think about
What up, family? CTR Media Network. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. So I think we can now proceed. I was talking about the
Best in the biz.
So it means that
Yeah.
you won't be snacking on the fast.
Join the team.
What we call the junk.
CTR is who we are, the media network, that's the best by far. Whether you listen at your home, at your job, in your car, come get the information that's needed above par. Never lasting, motivational podcasting, giving you the answers to the questions that you're asking. Serious talks and topics, how to come up and profit, how to better yourself, your health is here, we got it. Reaching 350 million, they tuning in. We in 50 different countries, we all can. And like minded, find your purpose and your assignment. Come get your fix, your feel, your mental alignment. Get active and speak to the masses. Build your influence all levels and all classes. Now you know you can monetize and grow. CTR Media Network, start the show. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network. CTR is who we are. The media network, that's the best by far, you know. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network. Yourself, your health is here, we got it. Reaching 350 million, they tuning in. We in 50 different countries, we all can. And like minded, find your purpose and your assignment. Come get your fix, your feel, your mental alignment. Get active and speak to the masses. Build your influence all levels and all classes. Now you know you can monetize and grow. CTR Media Network, start the show. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network. CTR is who we are. The media network, that's the best by far, you know. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network. at your home, at your job, in your car. Come get the information that's needed above all. Never lasting. Motivational podcasting, giving you the answers to the questions that you're asking. Serious talks and topics, how to come up and profit, how to better yourself, your health and shit. We got it. Reaching 350 million, they tuning in. We in 50 different countries, we all can. And like minded, find your purpose in your assignment. Come get your fix, your feel, your mental alignment. Get active and speak to the masses. Build your influence all levels and all classes. Now you know you can monetize and grow. CTR Media Network. Start the show.
Hello, everybody. I am Dr. J. Ramsey, the host of the Tina Ramsey Show, powered by CTR Media Network. And today we are all about bringing to you some of the best in the fields of entrepreneurship, podcasting, and influencers that are truly making a positive impact in the world. And today is just like any other day where we're bringing you an amazing guest. When you think of the words financial, empowering, pioneer, these are the words that describe today's guest. Yes, she is revolutionizing the way that we look and feel towards finances. And we know it's back to school. But did you know it's back to school not only for your children, but for you too? Well, let's go ahead and bring on today's future guest, the amazing Michelle Green. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hey, Tina, how y'all doing?
Doing amazingly awesome. I'm so happy to have you here today because all too often, I don't know what it is about us as adults, especially when you venture into entrepreneurship, not having knowledge on the finances is very crucial when you want to scale up your business. You can kind of move around a little bit in the beginning, but if you really want to truly scale up your business and be able to make your money truly work for you, you have to understand the finances and the credit and all of that. So I'm so excited to have you here today so you can kind of help us and break down what we need to be doing, some little tips in regards to finances. So first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself and what drove you to start doing two things that most people run away from, which is finances and credit.
Well, thank you for having me, Tina. I'm so honored to be here. Thank you very much. What my story is really starting out kind of like everybody else's story. When I was about 18, 19 years old, I was trying to buy a house. Actually, I was trying to buy a house and my mom had ran up some credit cards in my name. And so what happened is when I got ready to purchase, the guy was like, your credit is horrible. You cannot get any credit. I don't even know why you came in here. And I was like, sir, what are you talking about? I got 3 things on my credit. He was like, no, ma'am. What we're showing here is that you have several credit cards on your credit. And those credit cards are all maxed out. Most of them are charged off. So I was like, sir, you must be got me mistaken with somebody else because that's not me. I only have a furniture account, I have a credit card, and I have a jewelry bill. Y'all remember K's back in the day? That's who I had a department store card with. So anyway, what ended up happening is I was able to see the credit report because he actually released it to me, even though he wasn't supposed to. And so when I looked at it, I knew immediately that it was my mom that ran up those because she used to always send me into the store with a card of some kind. You know, back in the day, they didn't have platinum cards, they had the gold cards. So the gold and the silver cards, I remember going in to get gas. I remember going to buy clothes and groceries or whatever with these cards. And so it just brought back to my mind that, hey, I needed to go ahead and get this whole credit thing straightened out. Now, I wasn't totally upset with my mom when it happened, Tina. But the thing is that I knew that she had a solution to the problem. So there was a book that she had about consumer finances that taught about credit. It taught about investing, buying real estate, et cetera, et cetera. And that was my avenue. That was my ticket to changing my life forever.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, Tina.
I'm so sorry about that. I have heard, I'm like, wow. I have heard of different situations where people or different individuals have said how their parents have ran up their bill, ran up their credit. And I was thinking, how in the world a parent can do that? You know, the child is a minor. So it was, you know, in the 80s and the 90s, that was like a
Yes.
70s, 80s, 90s, that was the thing that a lot of parents that was struggling used to do to get by, especially when you looked at single family households and all that effect like that. So you found out when you was actually trying to purchase a home, and the cool thing with this is that you didn't get upset, but you instantly looked to make a solution, and you noticed the book about finances and real estate. And in most cases you're different, because in most cases when that happened, the guy, listen, what you did, well, you better pay it.
Right. Right.
So I'm like,
Yes.
okay, that just shows the kind of spirit you have, because I might have had to pray that down a little bit. But I'm glad that you did it the right way first, and then had to pray for forgiveness later. But
Well, you know.
listen, so on that, what made you start? Because did you just start your entrepreneurship like later on in life, or did you start your entrepreneurship when you was young?
Well, I started when I was young. I started in the financial advising arena. So, as a financial advisor, I came into the understanding of insurance and investments and, different types of insurance and whatnot. So, those were the types of things that, started the whole journey. But it led into credit shortly thereafter, because I realized that most people don't understand like that tier of finance, investing. They don't know much about insurances. Everything seems so complicated. But when it comes to credit, that was an area that I felt like everybody needed information in. But what I didn't know, Tina, was when I got that book from my mom and started learning about how to fix my own credit, I didn't know that everybody else didn't know about how to fix their credit either. So I just started out with friends and family that turned into an actual business in 2006 while I was working at Verizon and trying to find a solution to get off of the job and go in business for myself. That's right. Just sitting at the job. And I was like, talking with one of my coworkers, and she was like, "Hey, you know anybody who fixed credit?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it for you. Give me $20." So she gave me the $20 and I'll fix her credit. And in 3 months, she went and told everybody she knew. And that's when I decided, oh, I need to turn this into a business, because people obviously don't have the knowledge and understanding about credit that I do.
Wow, wow, wow. Okay. So you was able to fix, that's why I say they say this old saying, if you want anyone not to know what and how to do something, put it in a book, right? So
Right.
you did the opposite. When you had your problem, you didn't just do it. You just didn't wait there. You went to a book, and that book, you really just didn't read it. You went and took action. Then you realize, yes, the bulk of us, you think about it, when we're in school, regular school, traditional school, that finances 101 is not something that we usually get. Now, sometimes when you get into academy and different stuff, they have different entrepreneurship things, but it's not that common. So the fact that you was working at Verizon, shout out to Verizon.
Okay,
All
if
of
you
a
say
sudden,
so.
yeah, no, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Listen, and so you was like, I want to do better, especially when you help your coworker and then she start raving about your services. So as a business owner, what main problem do you see for some of your clients that come to you? Like one of the top 3 things that you would say that we're doing wrong as an entrepreneur that we think we're doing right because it's misinformation.
Okay, the number one problem is that we don't understand that there are 3 issues when it comes to our credit and finances. Number one, we put all of our bills together in one big lump sum, okay? And we are not supposed to do that if we want to really figure out where all our money is going. In order for us to have a budget, in order for us to understand exactly how to get a handle, to take control over our money, we have to separate our basic utilities, is what I call basic living expenses, which are nothing more than like your lights, your water, your cable, your rent. Separate that from the things that are on your credit. And if you are able to calculate your utilities or your basic living expenses, and then at the end of that list, once you calculate your expenses, if you have some money left over, it allows you to pay for the things that will be on your credit so you don't overspend. So that's one of the most common issues when it comes to finances, is that we're just taught to go out and make money. We're not taught how to separate the utilities from the things that are on our credit. Now, as far as credit goes, the number two thing that is a problem is the way we understand our due date. So if you were due on September the 1st for one of your bills and you actually paid it on the 5th, Tina, how many days do you think you would be late?
So you say on the 1st?
You do on the 1st, but you pay it on the 5th.
Well, you 4 days late, at least 4 to 5 days late.
Right? That's what most people will say.
That's what I think.
That's what everybody says. Actually, 99.99% of everybody I ask this question to says it's 4 days. 4 or 5 days past due. But the correct answer is, and the biggest issue is, that in the credit world, you're literally 34 days past due, because your due date is the last day to pay the bill, not the first day, the last day.
All right.
So if we understood that it's the last day to pay the bill, then we would not wait until the due date in order to give money to our creditor. We would go ahead and pay that every 2 weeks, like maybe 2 weeks prior to the due date and the week of the due date, so that we would be able to always pay our bills on time. That's that.
They don't even explain it to us, because we're taught to pay by the due date, right? So if you are anywhere, so if your bill is due on the 20th and you pay on the 15th, you think you're doing good.
Right.
But you think you're just being a good consumer.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
Wow. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to take a commercial break and we'll be back in a moment. CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com. And just like that, we are back. I come along with a friend whom you might ask, the amazing Michelle Green, who is helping us get our finances together, baby. Because before the commercial break, I thought I was doing it right, honey, but she just told me flat out, live TV, it was wrong, honey.
Yes.
And most of us, we are wrong, because we're taught to pay by the due date, or if you pay a little bit before, you're doing good with your finances. But did you really realize that if you pay on the due date, you're actually already late? Like,
correct.
Really? Okay.
Correct.
So Michelle, this is just the cusp of what's going on. So you have something that's going on really, really amazing in regards to your open enrollment, because you actually have a university. So tell us about your university, who your university is here to help, and how we can actually sign on to your university.
Well, I just want to say that, there are 2 different businesses here that we're discussing, Tina. So we have the credit repair, that's Kingdom Builders Credit Repair. You can go to kingdombuilderscreditrepair.com. If you're interested in getting your credit right, we include the budget that I was just discussing of how we separate the money from the credit. And we also help you to establish trade lines. So the type of credit that you are supposed to have on your credit, we can actually help you establish within our program. Again, that's www.kingdombuilderscreditrepair.com, spelled all the way out. And what led me from the credit repair business into the actual business school. So Kingdom Builders Business University is the open enrollment that Tina was just talking about, guys. And what we do here is we help the entrepreneur have to not do business by themselves. And in order to do that, we have created a course that we have actually become a one-stop shop for everyone. So in the course, we have business setup. So we're going to teach you everything that there is to know about setting up your business legally and correctly. All right. Then we're going to go into business credit and business funding. So that will include different types of business credit. As y'all know, I am pretty much an expert in the personal credit world. So that has spilled over into the business credit world, even though business credit is completely separate from personal credit. So don't think that you have to have good personal credit, Tina, in order for you to have good business credit. We're going to teach you in our KBBU school, we're going to teach you how to do business credit without having to affect your personal credit. Then we have the third course is the business management course. This is your operations. So we teach you how to put your business on automation. We teach you about the different systems that you would need in order for your business to be ran successfully and through other people, such as employees and independent contractors, so that you as CEO and founder of your organization don't have to be there all the time. And the last course that we have at KBBU is business marketing and sales. And listen, business marketing and sales is amazing because we really truly equip our students to make sure that they are prepared to be visible, to be heard, so that their businesses can flourish and just, expand and grow and build that wealth. That's what it's all about.
Okay, you guys. So as you can see, we have two different tiers to the KBBU family. Okay, and so the thing is, for me, you need to get both done, okay? Because we have been so misinformed, so misled, and just confused in the whole era of personal credit and business credit, how to obtain business credit, how to clean up your personal credit. We don't know how to properly manage our business. At business owner, when we have a gift from God, we know how to maneuver and present our gift 9 times out of 10, but we don't know how to do the systems, the foundation that's needed in order to run it. Okay, it's more than just having your amazing gifts that I had to learn. You have to have these systems in place, because as you grow, the demand on your services, when you're walking in line with what you're supposed to be doing, the demand on your service is going to become so great that you can't manually manage your business anymore. It's fine when you're just the best kept little secret and just a few people know about you, but then when you branch out and everybody start reaching out on a day-to-day basis, you're gonna need this business marketing management and sales, because automation is here to stay. And if you're doing your business manually, you're behind. You need to get with it, because the best investment you can have is your time. Okay. And like Maxine Waters is famous with saying, I reclaim my time. let me reclaim my time, because that is important. And also, you said you have the business management course, which is important to help us learn the steps on how to manage a thriving business. You also mentioned about the Kingdom Builders Business University, and you also mentioned about your Kingdom Builders Credit Repair. And so, say for example, Michelle, someone is trying to figure out where they need to start. Maybe let me give you a little scenario. They're a new business owner. maybe 12 months or less in business, but they already have their LLC, they already have some things in place. Where would you suggest they go first?
I would suggest that they come to the business school.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I say come to the business school is because we have already put in place a system that no matter whether you are a new entrepreneur, whether you are an entrepreneur that's been in business for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, it does not matter. You would want to come into the business world so that you can go back, because what we do in the courses, especially during business credit, we're going to break down a budget sheet for business that will go right hand in hand with your personal, even though it is a separate business. So if you come through, if you are an entrepreneur, you're trying to do business, you're
Join the She Trucking Foundation today and be a part of a supportive community of women in the trucking industry. Unlock exclusive access to valuable resources, including mentorship, educational workshops, and networking opportunities. Whether you're an experienced professional or just starting your trucking journey, She Trucking is here to empower you and help you thrive. Visit www.shetrucking.com to join us and drive your trucking career to new heights. Wise, is there a registration fee? And if so, how much, and how they can go ahead and do all that right now? And do you have payment plans and all that good stuff? so people know. Yeah, so people know what's going on, so they can go ahead and join. Because I know, but they need to know.
Okay, you do know what they need to know. So yes, there is a price point. So KBBUs, the actual value of our services, and so we've been told by over 200 students that have come through our course since 2020. Well, actually 2018 is when we started, but in 2020 we decided to come up with that name. God gave us that name, revealed everything to us, and we went all virtual. So the thing is that KBBU is worth over anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000 worth of information, and it is less than $1,000 for you to sign up. So the flat fee is $900. You can register for $100. We have monthly payment plans of $160, Tina, and they even could do a bi-weekly option of $80 every 2 weeks. That's it. That's what the Lord has told me to do. And I know it doesn't make any sense. And you can ask any of the students that have come through our courses, they will tell you hands down, we are not charging enough money.
Well, I'm going to tell them my personal experience from going to your event that was about a week or so ago in Columbia, South Carolina. You guys, let me tell you, I have been to many events and spoke on many different stages in my life, but this was definitely different in regards to the information, the quality, the content of the information, and the ability to be able to use the information that was given right then, even if you didn't sign up. It was so much value that was given, and a lot of things that I thought I was doing right from doing that good old Google search and listening to some of these so-called gurus, and found out that they had me all twisted up in these credit streets, you know. So I'm just like, listen, stop trying to figure everything out on your own, and stop just watching videos from so-called gurus. Some people really do know what they're talking about, but then you get the bulk of some people that really don't understand this world. This is her God-given calling. This is what she's on this earth to do, and she's very passionate about it. The fact that I'm gonna have to correct you on this, Michelle. You talking about $5,000 to $10,000 of value? No, ma'am. I rate it as $15,000 to $30,000 worth of value.
Wow.
Because I have seen where people have got even less for $30,000. And that was for 1 year. And I have seen the back end of a lot of different programs and different things from being in the industry that I'm in. And when I went and experienced it, and then I forgot to tell you guys, I am officially a student in KBBU.
Yes,
yes, I'm officially a student. So listen, don't be coming in there talking about, Dr. Tina, can you help me? No, I can't help you. No. If it ain't podcasting, if it's not homeschooling, no, I can't help you. I'm a student just like you. So if you want to join and lock arms with me and we go to school together and graduate together,
hey, class
then
of
you need to come on over, because I can't help you with this. And that's why I went to go get some help. And I've been in business a while now, but I realized that I needed help on information and just to know the correct information. And I needed a university that is going to walk me through. I'm a visual learner. I'm hands-on. You can't learn every single thing from just a course. Sometimes you need to hear people's voice. That's why with my coaching, it involves videos, it involves PDFs, it involves me speaking to you one-on-one, because that's how I learn. And on average, that's how most people learn. And KBBU is the exact same way. And you don't feel like you're dumb because Michelle breaks it down so much and just build your confidence up that you come back thinking that you a financial expert after she get done with it. And I haven't, like, just in the consultation that I have had already with her, it has really been eye-opening. It's really been eye-opening.
Tina.
Yeah,
Thank
it's really been eye-opening.
Thank you.
Listen, I'm telling you guys, do yourself a favor If you want to buy yourself a gift this year, instead of gifting yourself for your birthday present, your anniversary present, and all this other stuff that we want to gift ourselves with, you need to gift yourself with financial freedom. The knowledge to be truly free with your personal and your finance. And then you can do all the trips and celebrations you want to do, because now you don't have to worry about the financial side. We celebrate the wrong things ahead of time. Don't get that Louis Vuitton. Get that KBB. You. LLC.com.
Yes. Yes.
Shout out to Swag Her Magazine. She said, hashtag Swag Her approved. Please like, follow, and share this broadcast. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, Sheila from the Sheila C. Hill Show, for tuning in on today. And thank you for all the people that are currently watching our broadcast that is broadcasting all over the world. This is one of the amazing individuals, Michelle Green, that has this revolutionary way of teaching. And I just thought about something. Many people saying, okay, they know that you're based in Columbia, South Carolina, but if they're in California or Atlanta or Texas or wherever, can they still be a part of your university? Because, you know, I'm over here in Columbia, where it's at, you know.
Hey,
but can other people that's not in the house, technically in South Carolina, can they still take part in your university?
Absolutely, they can. We are a all virtual university, which means that you can be international. We've had people from London, we've had people from Africa, we've had people from all over that have come through our course. So listen, you can be anywhere in the world. Our courses are on Wednesdays from 7:30 to 9. That's 7:30 to 9 p.m. Eastern time. So depending on where you are in the world, you can get in there. Just get in where you can fit in. And all you have to do is go to www.kbbullc.com, fill out the contact information, or you can call us at 855-522-8552. Again, that's 855-KBBU-LLC. That's how you can contact us.
Wow, Michelle. I'm so excited about all the different things that you're actually offering, and for me to be a part of this, because as I grow, as I scale up, I realize there's some other things that I need in regards to personal as well as business. And that's a good thing, okay, when you're scaling and you growing and everything like that. But I want all of you who are listening in now and who are watching to understand that you don't have to do it by yourself. I know you may have had situations where things did not always go like you anticipated, did not go as planned. I don't want you to hold on to something that happened in your past to block your blessings for the future. Many times we let past pain, past differences, past whatever circumstances that has nothing to do with another person, don't have anything to do with another person who's bringing you the right opportunity, but you're so blind by the emotion. We get so caught up in the emotion and the hurt that now you are questioning every single thing and every single opportunity that comes your way, which is hurting you on a spiritual and also a physical. So I want you to look at this for what it truly is. For all of you who've been hoping, wishing, and praying for a breakthrough in regards to how to run your business, how to market your business, how to build your business credit, how to build your personal credit or fix it. They have everything in one place. You don't have to hop and go here and all the way around the mulberry bush, because they have it here. You don't have to, the gas is high. You won't have to get in no car and drive.
That part.
You don't have to get in the car and drive, and you can be in every Wednesday and join me. Like I said, don't you be asking me the questions, because I don't know. I will reiterate that right now, because I'm a student. I'm going to the university just like you. I'm a student. And even if I have some knowledge on something, I'm not sharing it, because some of the knowledge that I had in the past, it wasn't right. So I'm gonna give it to myself. But anyway, you guys, she has the Kingdom Builders Credit Repair. She has the Kingdom Builders Business University. She has the business management course, and she also has the business marketing and sales, all of which all the things that all of us, whether you are a new or seasoned entrepreneur, you can use for today. So Michelle, is there anything else you would like to share with us on today about what's going on with this amazing opportunity you have for all of us in the entrepreneur business world?
Well, I just want to let everybody know that class starts on August the 23rd, 2023. We are going to have a meet and greet. So if you would like to just come in and just kind of get an idea of what it's like personally, we meet on a system called WebEx, Cisco WebEx, and we can send out the link publicly to let you know. That's going to be on August the 19th. That's a Saturday from 11:30 to 12:30. So yes, you get a free look. You get a free look at KBBU. So you can come in, tell us where you're from. We'll talk about exactly the details of the courses. And listen, our vision, y'all, our vision is truly to empower people to have financial dominion on earth. We also have the ability to exponentially empower the elite entrepreneur for excellence. There is a issue in the world when it concerns our money, our finances, and especially making that transition from being an employee to being an employer and really accruing wealth and becoming an investor. Those are all the things that we are going to teach you. These are the visions that God has given me, and I am here to stay, to make sure that you get everything that you need. We have staff members, we have coaches on the KBBU side that are going to help you to cultivate your business. We have people, we have staff on the KBCR side for the credit repair that are going to help navigate your appointments and your budget and everything. So there is no reason, if you have any issues with finances or with business, we are the solution for you. God has created us for this very existence. So come on through, come on over. Don't wait.
Listen, thank you so much for coming on, being a featured guest for our show today. And you guys, I'm super excited. And you know that I am a person that loves to learn. And I just don't hop on anybody's university, anybody's course. So if I'm doing it, then why not you? Okay. Many of you look up to me and say, oh, I saw your journey and I'm just so inspired. Well, listen, I had to get help. I went so far by myself that I had to start going and have to learn, because I don't know everything, just like you don't know everything. And you have to lock arms with people who have the information, that is willing to share it, that is also invested in seeing you grow at the end of the day.
Right.
And it's no competition. It's just true love and wanting to see you grow and thrive in whatever industry that you're in. And so I found that with KBBU University. And I want you guys to find it too, because we've been hopping around trying to find community for a while. And I want you to see it for yourself. I mean, I can't really put it all in words. I don't even have the vocabulary to totally express how my husband and I felt when we went to this event. And so many questions was answered for us, and we're already implementing some of the things that we learned just from the event. So if you want to know more about business and you're ready to get your business cleaned up before 2024, then this the clean up woman.
So I'm the clean up woman.
Hello, my name is Alethea Tucker, and I am the CEO of Jolie's Enterprises. I'm also the host of a show entitled Reinvent and Rise, and the host of a podcast entitled Leveling Up the Podcast with Alethea Tucker. I recently had the distinct pleasure of working with Tina Ramsey and CTR Media Network in one of her programs, where she taught me how to get exposure for my podcast. She increased my visibility tremendously, and she showed me how to monetize both of my shows to make them revenue generating products. I am so ecstatic and so happy with the service that she and her staff provided to me. She went above and beyond what I expected, and I certainly got far more than I ever dreamed I would get with her. So I highly recommend her for any of her programs. I highly recommend her as someone to go to if you are looking to increase what you do with your podcast, make it better. If you're looking to get visibility, definitely speak with her. You will not go wrong with her or anyone on her staff.
Welcome to Wisdom Tips, everybody. I'm Dr. Connie Green, your host, here to talk to you today about some wonderful, wonderful topics that I want to share, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. So at this time, do me a favor and share, so somebody can see this broadcast tonight. I'm very excited about this topic. Hope you are too. And thanks again for tuning in to Wisdom Tips, where we help you with wisdom so you can establish wisdom and have a foundation for your everyday life. So again, my name is Dr. Connie Green. Thank you again for being here on Wisdom Tips. In this episode, we're going to be dealing with how to establish boundaries to control your life. Are you one of those people that always doing stuff for people and don't know when to say no? I'm one of them. And you end up sacrificing yourself trying to help others, and then you get sick, worn down, frustrated, stressed out. So I think tonight, this is a very important topic for some of you that are tuning in right now. We need to learn how to set boundaries and learn how to establish those boundaries so we can have a healthy life where we can control our life and not allow ourselves to get overwhelmed by doing too many things. Setting boundaries are very good for health and your well-being. As a matter of fact, it's good for self-care, it's good for self-respect, so it's very important for you to try to figure out how you can do that. And hopefully tonight after this broadcast, I will be sharing some tips with you that will help you try to figure out how you can slow down a little bit, learn how to say no, so you can live the life that you deserve without being all stressed out and stuff. Let's look at a scripture in Proverbs chapter 25 and 17. It says, let your foot be seldom in your neighbor's house, lest he have his fill of you and hate you. Wow, that's a scripture right there. You need to go back and read it. This is one that is very, very clear, and you can't overlook that scripture. Now, if you think that scripture is something, let me give you the second scripture. It's another translation that says, too much of you, and they will hate you. It is true, if you show up uninvited in your neighbor's house, and you stay there and you don't never want to leave, eventually you're going to ruin that relationship. So that's one reason why I think it's so important, because sometimes maybe you overstep your boundaries in people's lives and maybe you don't even realize. And maybe you got a friend and you're always trying to control that friend, telling that friend what to do. Maybe you have a husband or wife. You try to tell that person what to do, and you never try to let them have a space or let them be themselves because you always got a better idea. So maybe I'm talking to you tonight, or maybe I'm talking to someone else that allow people just to run over them and do whatever they want to do because they don't want to hurt people's feelings. And they always saying yes, 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 and never say no. So I want to teach you tonight how it's, that you need to learn how to say no. And it's okay to say no. I know you might say, well, I'm a Christian. Wouldn't that be rude to say no? No, it wouldn't be rude, because you know what? At the end of the day, if you keep doing stuff for other people and you let yourself go and you let your health go and you let your feelings and your emotions get all tied up and tangled up, then you're going to turn it on to somebody else. You're going to be frustrated at the children at home. You're going to be frustrated with your husband. You're going to be frustrated on your job because you did not set those boundaries. So don't blame anybody else when you don't set those boundaries. It's up to you to set those boundaries. And, it's up to us to set those boundaries so we can develop the love, the true love that we need when we build relationships, to have respect and respect and be genuine in what we do and in everything that we do. Because sometimes people fake it till they make it. They pretend like they're enjoying the company. They pretend like that everything is all right in a relationship. But at the end of the day, they haven't set the boundaries, and you keep allowing people just to walk all over you. So that's what I want to talk to you about, to get you to stop a little bit and slow down a little bit and learn how to have great, healthy relationships, even as a husband and a wife, even as families. Sometimes you have problems with families, and you're arguing and you're complaining. And a lot of times all this arguing and complaining and having, problems in the situation in the relationship is because we haven't set those boundaries. Sometimes the other people don't know that you haven't set a boundary. They don't know that you're upset about a particular thing. So they keep doing it. And then you get frustrated, and then there's an argument. So even with your family, even married couples, co-workers, best friends. Sometimes we can have problems in communicating properly. And if we don't, somebody's going to get offended. So when setting boundaries, it takes a whole lot of courage, because you don't, number one, want to hurt people's feelings. I don't know about you. I'm the type of person, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but at the same time, I want to let that person know exactly how I feel. So I had to really learn how to go to that person, just like the Bible said, if you have an ought in your heart against your brother or your sister, you go to them and you reconcile with them. So when I started reading those scriptures, and the Lord started sharing with me the importance of being honest and being transparent, I would go to the person, I would talk to them about a particular problem that I felt uncomfortable about. So it's okay to talk to people when you're feeling uncomfortable. Sometimes we feel guilty because we had to set limits. We had to say no. Maybe we have been doing something for people for years. Maybe perhaps it was an old lady down the street and you start cooking for her when she got sick 10 years ago, and now you still doing it. And it's been 15 years, you still cooking for her, and she expects you to do it. But you need to set those boundaries. Okay, you did it those 10 years. And when you feel like you can't do it anymore, you should have went to the old lady down the street that you was trying to take care of and say, Miss So-and-so, I've been working with you for 10 years and cooking for you. I know you got a family. Can you ask your daughter, or can you ask your sisters or somebody to help you out? I really want to help you, but I really just can't do it anymore. And you know what? She may get offended, but that's okay, because now you're not burnt out trying to do something, trying to keep up with something that you did 10 years ago. So it's all right. Don't, let the guilt, get on you and get on your spirit, and you start feeling bad and start going right back to what you used to do. Because what it's going to do is going to burn you out. And we don't want you to be burned out. No, we don't want you to be burned out. We want you to live a victorious life to the fullness. And so I want you to be happy and learn how to confront the situation. I know it's challenging, and sometimes, you may be misunderstood, but you got to do it anyway. It's a dirty job, but somebody got to do it. But you'll be all right, because you're being authentic. You're being real about how you're feeling, right? Sometimes it takes perseverance, it takes strength to become yourself. Sometimes we try to be other people, we try to be somebody else that we seen or heard, or somebody we followed, or a mentor that poured into us. We're trying to be like that person. Just be yourself, because you can't keep up with all that stuff that your mentor did, or your pastor, your first lady, your mom, your daddy. You can't keep up with all of that if that's not you. That's not how you was made up to have that gift or that talent. Then don't try to do it. Just be you. All right, just be you. So setting boundaries is very important for uh, our individual life and our emotions and all the things that go along with it. Pretty much setting boundaries protects ourselves from the pain and the anguish that we feel. So what I'm basically saying is, if you're angry all the time, you're frustrated all the time, you're stressed out all the time, and you're tired all the time, and now you see yourself, getting diseases, high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, or you're gaining weight, your stomach won't go down because it's swollen, because you got so much stress that you're carrying inside of you. It's time for you to make a change. And you know what? It's okay. You need to make that change for the better, so you can feel good about yourselves, and you can take care of people properly, in a proper way, and not doing it because you feel like you have to do it, but at the same time you're angry because you're doing it. That's not going to last too much longer. You're going to burn slam out. So setting boundaries also remind me of how you have a sturdy fence that you put around your house, and you mark that territory to let people know this is a fence. Don't go any further. And when people see that fence, most people are not going to jump the fence. And I know in some neighborhoods you might live in, you got young people that jump the fence and they try to do things to be naughty. But real reality is this: most of the time when people put up fence, they want privacy. They're setting their boundaries. In other words, they want their space. They don't want to come out and maybe speak to you. Yeah, you're the neighbor, but maybe they don't want to speak to you every day. And maybe they're putting up a fence because they tired of you talking to them every time you open up the door. You got something to say. So I don't know. It could be they got a fence because they got little small kids now. They don't want the kids to run into the street. Or maybe they put a fence up because they want a cookout and they want privacy. It's certain reasons why people put up fences, but it's a boundary. Somebody ought to put it in the comment, a boundary. They set a boundary saying, all right, hitherto, but no further. And that's okay. So if you look at your life like a fence, where you're putting up boundaries, you have certain boundaries that you will and will not cross, then you need to keep those boundaries, have that integrity, and not try to be like somebody else. And most importantly, what the word boundary also means, and it defines who we really are and who we're not. Let me say that again. Boundaries also defines who we are and who we're not. Wow, that's something to think about. Now you can chew on that tonight when you leave the broadcast, and stop doing the things that that's really not you, and it goes against your grain, and you feel uncomfortable when you do it. So when you feel that kind of emotion that's going on in your life, in your body, in your mind, and your spirit, it's time for you to take a look at what you're doing and then change for the betterment. All right. So when dealing with others, we sometimes find ourselves feeling uncomfortable in the circumstances, recognizing that our comfort level determines how we need to set limits for ourselves. So when you get around certain people that you really love, you adore, you respect, whether they're an older person or a best friend or a family member, even a husband, it could maybe some things you've been doing for a long time, and now you just don't like doing it that way. People change. We change every day. We change. 20 years ago, you may have liked something a certain way, and now you don't like it that way after 20 years. You want to do something different. But then you have some people think you got to keep doing the same thing over and over again. And then when you change, they get offended. What do you mean you don't want to go to the football game? You've always went to the football game with me. Why you can't go now? Well, you just say, I'm sorry, honey. I don't like football. Never did. I did it because you loved it. And I went with you. Now I want to do something different. Why don't we go to the beach? Why don't we go out to dinner? Why don't we go exercising together? Whatever you like to do, share that with that person. At first, they may get offended, but then you move forward and you do what you need to do in a nice, positive way without getting angry and upset. Now we're going to talk about different types of boundaries. We're going to talk about different types of boundaries. And there are 7 different types of boundaries that I ran across